On August 11th, 2007, Sophie Lancaster and her boyfriend Robert Maltby were walking through a park late at night when they were attacked by 5 teenagers. Robert was their initial target. Sophie, of course, rushed to his aid and tried to protect his head from being beaten. She herself suffered many head injuries. The teenage boys left them for dead, later bragging to their friends and family that they had killed a couple of moshers. Emergency responders said that when they arrived on the scene, it was difficult to discern which was male and which was female because they had been so severely beaten. Sophie later died of her severe injuries. It was clear that they targeted Sophie and Robert because they looked different. The teenagers were later arrested and charged with murder. In her memory, Sophie's mother started the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, dedicated to teach tolerant and advocate to make attacks against anyone of alternative subcultures a hate crime. Last year there was a project called Goths for Sophie, which was a calendar featuring goth YouTubers for each of the 12 months. This year, the calendar is launching again for 2019 and features goth musicians. I am also in the calendar featured in the month of September. Go figure. So, this right here is the calendar, and there I am for the month of September. This is from my recital photo shoot. Love it. So click the link below to buy your calendar and or make a donation. All proceeds will go to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. The story of Sophie Lancaster has touched many goths from all around the world. It could have been any one of us walking along that night. While I didn't have anything as extreme as Sophie's experience nor Angela Benedict's experiences in high school, I did grow up in a rather isolated and very small town that was rather conservative. Let's just say that. And because it was extremely religious and conservative, there were handfuls of kids who weren't allowed to participate in or celebrate Halloween because of their uber-religious parents, who forbade them from participating in any such event. And why did they object to it? Because Halloween is the devil's birthday. I was one of the few in my school who would fall under the classification of alternative. I was often harassed and threatened. The other kids would shout obscene things down the hallway at me, take my books away, and recite the titles of the books I was reading and laugh in unison. Once, while walking to my car, I was followed by 2 teenage boys who had talked in a full voice about how they wanted to trip me, to take me down so that they can beat me up and fuck me because I was such a whore. When I turned around to tell them that I could hear what they said, "We don't care, we can do whatever the fuck you want to, you freak." I was heckled while singing the national anthem to open an assembly about bullying in observance of Martin Luther King Day. When it was announced that I was chosen to compete at state voice competition, all of the popular kids spread rumors about me that I prostituted myself to be chosen for state voice competition. Really nice, guys, come on. I was harassed and stalked by frat boys when I went to college, constantly being propositioned for sex, because obviously goths are easy and kinky. We have all had these threatening experiences. Give back to your subculture by supporting this project and the goth musicians featured within. Remember, all proceeds for this calendar go to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. This video is dedicated to the memory of Sophie Lancaster. She was a dark angel that was taken from us by hate and intolerance way too soon. In pace requiescat. Thank you for listening.